That is our homeland, we are dong empty and mighty. Don't nothing can indeed a thing, we are dong empty and everywhere you go, that is our homeland, we are dong empty and I keep all will. Ding ni kan ke chang chang cha choi ma ni ding nya lan ke chang chang cha lam chi ni ding nya lan ke chang chang cha choi ma ni ding ni kan ke chang chang cha lam chi chi cha ju kan choi ma chi cha ju kan lam chi cha ju cha cha na de na yom yan chi cha ju cha ya ro ram kwet yan chi cha ju ke ngan tan choi no de ni kan yam kien Alaga be do that they won't come cut then Yalaga be do tung and a one that cut then Yalaga be cholo of your rangi cut then Yalaga be cholo of your rangi cut then Yalaga be nari no one cut then Yalaga be with the lang pane cut then Yalaga be young mari cut then Yalaga be young I na do cut then Yalaga be bunga yom my yok cut then Yalaga na yom tiya ka den nyala ka den tanti na yi ka den nyala ka den pijin ma kudi ka den nyala ka yu ka tu na ka yu ka lam ka yu na na yom yan ka yu ya ro ram pa yan ka yu ke nan ta tu no den ni ka yam tian Lang nyala ka den lang ma ni na bu ba ka den nyala ka den lang ma wun na kai gun kom nyala ka den na bu wen ni tu ni ka den nyala ka jo la ku ni ja ka den nyala ka na jo wut na ku ka den nyala ka bola ko ka den nyala ka na bola ko nyal nyala ka jo ma nun ni mo ka den nyala ka jo ga nun nin kan den nyala ma wun bul ma yol ka den nyala ka ma yin nya yin kan ka den nyala ka ma ren kwa de ma go ka den nyala ka ma ren kwa de ma go ka den nyala ka ma chol ma yin tol di ka den nyala ka ma chu tol di ta ti ka den ni toy no Yang tidak cayu kan tu no tidak cayu kalam tidak cayu cayu no de na yom Yang tidak cayu jaya ro ram pet Yang tidak cayu pengen kan tu no dengi kalam kian Igolwi
Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to the talk show. Taban I know it is a work weekdays, quite tough, not need, but topic beyond the color is about Lorat, Long Tone North, Jan, Dong, Coin Nagrot. So, let me send my condolences to the family who lost their loved one in Tonj North. And we have seen a report coming out that about 63 people are knocked in Tonj North. We're going to kill dinner for it. Ke mo jang no janak yet. Ko Tonj North, Mishakal Tonj North, when you be address. Are you be address Akuma, Sudan, or what? Akwai ke mikla de kuchi baile lo ran long to no ken pu penye ne kya o machaka lo to no it seem like ake moto ni na kana ro pa siasi na to chokti ku siasi to chokti ne kane we be ko identify what they e kene mu lo rat bi ko gradual na to Kimirantere tem could yak kito chinok kultueng war. It's been tragedy before that last month. Tika chinok komo. Pamantin ko ilwal pa yun ng 5 days. chi moñom min nani de ja ko ni ka man wala lo ana ko no e malaika ko man ko una chi no ko chi do ngat por men ko again yesterday or 2 days ago ran the tem ko dia chi no ko still a chinkulorat before every month every week every day report about bay ko chola la chi no to teba ne ngulorat long to with monjang dai we ga kuma salpa kin me yadi we call nature security alona ye ini to bani ne mu kiti de chola kuma ini to long police security e ngulorat long bai de long to mu chuo bu cha ka lo helo de me cha ga te ke moto ni ke no ka patch can be ga pay your or something ka kum liu kuma liu kin tin or ko won to kuma liu ka chok tin ka ne ka ma pru we ko won to kuma ma pru ba ken ba lo helu an wo dar de liu we tie sin to chok tin liu chok tin an wo dar ba dor be long to ngo ka bu chol to long to ko kuma bit e chingo la kuma run kero wan ti lo akuma ci ben be ci akrar that non ke chol curfew lorat is state of emergency long warap ko state of emergency ko chiladi state of emergency is getting worse to the point that kul mayom ko ato long to kunungu ba kini siyasin ki kero lo siyasa ke do mun bai moto ni ba moto ni ba ram mo ro bi nok ne ko ro men mi ti ka janok diar ran na ke taki tin ka lo ra ko ga bilong juba ko ai ton we ga to ku mai yang we ga siasin ko ke bi de kan di liu ka chu kan ko ra long ton so kan e kun won e klorat e ku du ko ai ton mi de ton won to long a ku mai ku mi de ton won to long a e da tu the guy step up be kin lo ra long to bi lo helo ku cho siasa che ke do mo ro liu ko siasin to ku mai liu ka chu kan kene to e kle de no ko bi ko bracho to kul ma yom ko ban tol to ana ko won ci po ko di won ci po to ku mai ko wona to lo ngager ko ja bit a ci ngol ku moto ni na kala biru no mi to ke ko men kaman ko chol won gok a che ko lo bo ro dan no to no ko ro chula chul tor kul ma ukit ko chol manang malu a chile bala lo ba mal randet bala lo ine lu real du tu du ba mon bu la wa di ste bala lo on ko lo ko chol ban killing bala gur asa ko lo non to man ne ko lo long leg state ko leg state wan ana rot bi ko ra no gur bi ko ra gur ban killing no ran kin ngak no ko wuna ber job bi ko lo no ko lo ran to kuma chaka lo long to kin kana ci ake sa ka ake motin kana ro ka fa kan siyasi na ta to ku siyasin ka they have to be a shame we ko to win to kuma ku ne ko no lu kan lo rat purely I be back identified back bay the public be back look condemn or be kuma be kind of responsible na ni ke ko lo ma chaka long to not so kunu mu e mo jang bi ga yala ka baru da ka ko ru jala nok ci min ran ter tem ko dia ko to ko ne ko ga no ru pe ko jiran ko nun tia ko anak ko couldn't dinner for it, what couldn't sad, beating violent rod, deadly violent rod long to not where Burchol to Kulmayom. I couldn't dinner for. Because Raja and Nag Diet, to me, Lord long to quite a bit. Couldn't painful. For the last 2-3 days, I've been watching social media, watching a cover, Chakan King about a kuma bait, below condemn or be nang anything below. Every dime, every day, because I don't know long time, actually, I'm going to bend bait. Solution, Lord long time below solve. Even number one, I'll put the Kenny. And a can on call the chicken where I stayed in a pine winter Bob Ben by being thing. But where I was thinking, man, in a place where insecurity a very bad. Where I know quite 10, who can run it. Koya Kuma to work Koya Kuma to work carnage. When you work Koya Kuma, then you work no quite through town country to water carnage. I never get back at home. Machakal below hill peel towing, be stop, be peace, be belong towing, the quite through town, the night big a dom. Are you back a quack? When I like a lack by the long tongue, don't care what win with Thor. The caragorot. Are you back on you Sultan at all? Sultan and one on any tree. Sultan, I live in me pin, who bank what I me pin, who don't care. Koi win, talk who may. And you pin, be peace, be low long time. Be killing low long time, be low is workable. They can kill you, Lord. Rana Ben Kitchen of Buku long Juba. Ajal Kujman, Horrible a low, a quite young lot, and would you loin them into a Kuma and Queen to a position, DD. The man on Chitano Kumini Jam ready, you talk a lot about cartel. Is it cartel? It Tonj to a Kumai, Eke Loykan? Eke no quite. Eke no motoni. When you have position, would you not be in it? You about well. Insecurity that Tony get out worse that I can't getting worse. It's getting worse. Who be the twine? Who need it to one? Could you to one? Whether we have to buy for one young water, Juba, water, East Africa, water, Ager, Panager, can you about gun pew? I will me buy, I bend by my shadow or Panu Baglo Halo. A Kuma Tiokan King Loy. Working on them one young, a one young out of Loy. Kuma Salva Kirikin got to quite that one young time is chocolate. Momonja Anake from the left, right. One young under a peg. And the king got one young, and the king of Kuma Salva can be looking on one young, he got again, can a little gold be knocked when a color man long toy. Seen, Kulangadia. Sin Nal Ding the Ali Ken Jar of Kumai, Kujala, Kujala Kolokor, has insecurity here bad to you. Is it in a tail way? Why wouldn't Kinang disagreement with Akuma or Kabang? You cannot go targeting their own community. It's very wrong. It is a what more? Can Kuna thing is not a good thing, Monjang, what be the twine? Where Monjang would die with me, Barkazal, Armantan. Where Barkazal, that way I can't to my Akuma, die with Kina at Akuma to Wikin. With that, why you pull? Could your Barkazal and a peaceful region? Kuna bang that queer, Riam. Between Bija Pobi, Rujan get. Okay, a bit. Bank Bargazal, talk with you. we aga ti bang bargazal to tio governor is bargazal to tio commissioner is bargazal to tio mucho we kin to mucho we helo kin mucho we helo kin to e wo dar kadi jan akuma tiok to nyal kin akuma salfa kira chile bin bi garima koch koy wunanga koy wun miskinin bi ga pol bi ga jala nok ya ko koy wun ci lu do kuma yi ku jikku moto ni jala kak biru jala nok to yira wuta kuma yi mapuri ne to kuma ko ko lo percent e mo lo koy ko ini se bala ram ni bala tom ni ka pet biru nok ko kuma tiok to nyal kan wo mi to wa to kuma yi whether wato nation security wato jei wato ministries wato yen jei wani wat dak fit e wo jur kadi to we ko we mi to wa to kuma ci to we ci ko kan e wo jur kadi it is a very shameful indeed but when po bo akoy ale o ci bo long to bo mu kidi de chol kidi security mu ko bay panene ci pu ci beting it's very sad, it's very painful, very shameful for you could we quite went to kuma ba quite konjal Paul biru ja nag diet how many years how many times seen they what seen how many years you quite visit what you could not ba queen man quite to toy how ga ready dem ko quite actually be working kuma dem ko mi the twine actually be working kuma kunongo chola kuma salpa kima yadi kunongo ko nyai ke pio kuma duin salpa in ban salpa kir when you know ko mi the twine wen or no ko went to kuma dui to chu kan lora to ayu ba ko pin kuma ke ngo pol bi ko yala nok bai ekili di Actually, can in Kajapul be every day, to 5 people, 10 people, 24, 12 people. Right, a big number now, since 3 people I thought yesterday. Because you are quite a bit, J1, the children down about it. Everybody's one mood, mute, children down about quite talk. No condemnation, nobody, because you are that big Latin, quite a talk, when which are loaded to a children. Nobody give a damn about it. It is very fortunate and indeed. So,
Yakani, Executive Director of
Imon Yakani sent me an audio today because according to his finding, okay, he is organization, civil society organization on the ground. He went on the ground, talked with the civil on the ground in Tonj. And he identified very well that the people who are feeling this conflict in Tonj, that have individuals within the government are involved with insecurity, violence, commission violence in Tonj North. And the king can jam that I think targeting quite to him and because maybe the more young that in Iran different opinion kagakuma kadang challenge you got ko usura de lelu ajamu bila lo target no are kin ga en tet bain ka wa ko akikaro kan jor ko to ba lo ba nuer ku chon nuer ba lu ajamu long den ko da tet ba nya bi ba njo dai mo jang lo kan mo jang lu tar ka bi lo ibin bo one jam jack along pandon wala de kale le go to ma people pounds a million of dollars because we spend that bila kwan bila kwapen na nan mo janga ki wa ki shirika ni what the hell is that akuma bati okuni tera de pandu ran du ene go na ran wonta tinga da na gene ti gene go to na era na le ka lo pul kuna le kin dare nagi kuna ndu no go da ka banno one ko ra toy akol ko ka de kibu lock up in house arrest ngal den ngal to exile. That's where Tia Kuma, the key individual Chikeru turn around the community them you target. And within where up that. Within where up, Naja quite pull, quite we got okay, we got okay, go back quite getting you. Akuma Tiokan will be where up our Akuma. Chewe mugo kuma ko actually ba la ba ko kon ko winto within warap ba ko tar ba ko pol ba runo pa mu proof bu warap ya peaceful state in South Sudan because they aka mu kuma ku muksuli akoy akuma bento ko ngami warap ta kuma mu proof ba state don't be peaceful it's good ba ko ba target because no man then it's a different opinion kaga kuma very shameful already jan we mo jang baga ben ba ru na grot ba ru no go pe ko lo koy wona wo datu na wo na ru pe ba ri ma be jam ko ya bit che kulu kan kan ke we ko wona for that no wo po nale Glory to you not come proof back jam. I'm talking not even young ban, one young man jam kadadu. What means we are Arab state, particular. What means we are Arab state, my proof back and balo hello. She one young man about actual that. Hey, what means we are up? Buy it away chin. What means we are up and our to of my even? Wow, watch it say that long back well quite one. Baru nak yet ba mo to ni won ku pleurat ba kala to mi biru nok ku jak biet bat pi juba ban el jar ban you cannot ya kwana we ga ku kitkin when the time come and the power that you have will go
Zaid Moniakani, executive.
Kino be very shameful. It be very shameful to yourself. Emo ya dinin na ida de lu kala rana ben pinum e kin ine diru am die morin ine bari neket ki la tekke kuna lo din ya bato kin jari kin to gindang million of dollars to ko yiman lo to ben ya bato ben nongi ine jari le tiyo rang won le poor won le tuktin e bi ne tuktin million of dollars ha ki la tiyo ki lakin ke mo jang wi o ke ran ma char yar pingom e legacy du ba jang ping mit ku wa lo jam ye ene mo jang lui le ke mo jang lui pingom ene mo jang lui no ke lu no nya mo jang wen e bu ko brin ku bi dumping bi ku rin ku bi a nye lo wel ene nya mo jang ke the chin men buying can make sure that the buying can you lo lang in le ba lo ba buying du run talk in kin ba lo misuse jam ba ko no yiri beto buying na da kin them time to ben na ba jal buying ka de mum kun te ka lo committed in buying when mugen ablo lo mit ku yek ko ablo mit ku yek lakini akuma tio kana buying to akuma tio ke kitingana a kitinga ake motinin tioka kuikulo rat kan aka ji ko use because ya tar ni mrot biro jando kaman we ko taget We mean the trying target. Ma prove back your position ba look clear. Ba jang mi the trying to pin, but mo jang ba the job door piece back by. Kuranya ke. Long you call individual to kumai. To chuko kan e ka look expose. Because Lord Tonj is a crime against humanity. In Lord Tonj. Where would you to kul mayom, I check. So anong audio about threat nong Inmun Yakani today. And listen to him. Listen to Inmun Yakani.
Director of SEPO, I would like to take this opportunity with a high respect. On a serious note, to raise an alert to the attention of the perpetrators or individuals. My name is Edmond Yekani, Executive Director of SEPO. I would like to take this opportunity with a high respect. On a serious note, to raise an alert to the attention of the perpetrators or individuals who are fueling the deadly violence in Tonj North in Warapi State. Based on our recent communication with the communities of Tonj, we are able to come across your names. We know some of you are members of the Security and Defense Institution. Some of you are politicians in the executive and legislative, and you claim to be friends of the leadership of the country. Some of you are in the diaspora. Some of you are in the private sector. Some of you are youth. Some of you are cattle camp chiefs who are involved in fueling this ongoing deadly intercommunal violence in Tonj North, which claim 63 lives of innocent citizens, that you are to be held to account for those lives. And as I said, we are losing patience and tolerance. Since we are aware of your name, one day time will come, we will come public with your name in the eye of this nation. We have used similar approach in Tombra, and people have approached us that don't name because we want to commit ourselves to peace and stability, and we are unable to name because people are able to return to peace and stability. Tonj, we are sending the same message. As the sons and daughters of Tonj North, as we continue sending this deadly communal violence, we will lose patience. We'll pronounce your name to the attention of everybody in the country as you are the perpetrators. We already have access to your names through our conversation with the communities. Similar alert on a serious note goes to some individuals who are criminal-minded in Unity State, who engage in carrying out a deadly cattle raid. And they carry this cattle raid with an aid that comes from some individuals also who are powerful, who believe on cattle raiding as an economical activity for them. We would like to name and clearly tell our brothers from Unity State that please distance yourself in carrying out a deadly cattle raid. It is a grave human rights violation. You may feel you are very far. You may feel the law cannot access you. It is easy to name your name, and your name will come to the public domain, and justice and accountability will follow you. This is a clear message that is coming from us as a civil society based on our communication with the communities in Tonj North and with the communities of Unity State. We are aware that some individuals who are involved in fueling this ongoing deadly communal violence are individuals that are powerful, and they are aiding and they are fueling this intercommunal violence for their own personal gain. We would like to conclude by saying we are ready to face any threat without fear and favor in naming individuals that are from Tonj North and individuals from Warrap State, individuals from Unity State that were involved in fueling a deadly violence among our communities of Tonj North or any other part of Tonj. Therefore, before we lose patience, de-escalate the ongoing violence and distance yourself from fueling deadly violence among our communities of Tonj North and from Unity State, brothers and sisters, listen to us that these ongoing deadly cattle raids that are carried out and claim lives of our innocent communities in Warapi State, it's a grave human rights violation. Documentation is going on one day, one time. Some of you will face a competent court of law to account for the lives lost due to your deadly armed cattle raiding towards or against the communities of Tonj or the communities of Warap Estate. Therefore, we call for peace and stability among our communities in Tonj North and Warap Estate, but also between our communities of Warap Estate and Unity. Communities at the borders, we need to see peace and stability. It's more beneficial to all of us than carrying out this deadly armed cattle raiding or revenge attacks that claim lives of innocent citizens. This is a grave human rights violations. One day we will face justice. Thank you very much. Okay. My name is Ed.
Okay, so you guys listen, you have heard from Yakani. So he sent me that boy message today. And what he find, the finding that he found on the ground. So his organization went on the ground and he talked to civilian on the ground and they tell him exactly what the people who behind what happened in Tonj. And those of you watching me tonight, whether you're watching diaspora or back home, okay, enough is enough. Enough. And we will shed the light. I will find myself. This will be my talking point for the next. Okay. So until situation of Tonj kill below, okay, we need to call out those people who are responsible for the killing of innocent people in Tonj. Okay, this is too much. Okay, this is too much. And I urge every individual, especially when with Tonj, when with Warab, when with Barkaza and Amatan, Kulura Tonj or Kulura Warab, you be king. Whether we are to diaspora, we are to back home, non ke koi to chuga kani te koi to akumai to ke chuga Kulura long Tonj. And we'll be at. A wedding will be at. When you were going on quite to Akumai, Fata Chuga Kani, and quite long by, long Tonj, and we'll be at. Eko Kadi Kedi be gato. Ran Petem could diak one to talk and be better bankian. Man one kinu wound command chicken knock. Kumundum. Man be bankian. Well, I'm a little bit. I thought that man one kin man whom chicken knock. I thought that the mid to one. Kujala Kuma den. Kujala where ben be ben bed could be clear tone be low stop. Ran to the temple to jam approach be better. But guess what? Guess what? When man one key bar, I do Salva Kid, my yard, she will respond to this kid and go to Banayat for picture to look at Clamparic. Okay, I need a color on to a cat to a carnage. But Salva Kid, my yard, please. This is the message for you. We people that who are civil right, we don't like to see civilian to die. For your own benefit, we have to condemn it, regardless. To our talking, we concerned citizens, we will come out. And we will call. Until we below restore in Tonj. We will pink around the man to that be better. Chora and the Tem could get to token and put by Jalaka. Okuma said Pakir Maya didn't kill about a beat, a carnage. Panubi in Pandir Dietine Panwarap. For insecurity, Lord, Warap. For the last few years, it's very bad. What happened? We are trained Albani. Trained Albani to a militant. Can we wrap your port or not thinking of militant? Can be let me lure a tie, but you think? wala bajar bala gir or bala long isa para bala rit we mi rap kini masila na we ga nong adu kon to wudu nyin kina rut a we lu ta wa ko kon a pe yo kon baru no gu pet ku pal krut ku bon adu kon to jirami wona kiro bto that's the reason why you were ting adu kon jiran kon tio ke go kon bu chulo pay because you think that where up they even though be cattle camp that be low attack or be krom be low attack they know that can because koi ka akiro man ka page I think to camp ken community to ken ran le to tonde unde kimin surawa tiang last month in korwal I mean, another image. 2 young kids, like 5 or 4 or 3 years old, getting you commanding, who then lay down dead. She shot in the head. Again, I can give them no mean where up, talk or walaya, be couldn't be look on them, to be jam about the unity of what can be done in Tonj. Be machaka below stop. I think nobody talk about it. I went through the media to search for video or to search for article. I can't jam about it. Even when me wear up, when me the towing to long I can't. Nobody talk about it. Nobody. You wait one. Me talk along Lake State. When me Lake State of it, we work very hard. In privately, even the man we all created to Lake State media. We created so-called fixed leg state. That's where the man on governor into a gen ku governor into a good people ban who peace will can why when me buy you can be being who jam okay can't say enough we got enough we have to have peace. Rinto will not bring peace in Sudan in Lake State. Because I'm buy I come. Who could Rinto you look welcome in open arm. Any law can we enforce in Lake State with peace with by panda panaram where we welcome. That's where Kimi the leg band to long air long by and with leg to Pingomagera ban I to call Kutego Chin Ken governor into the call for the last 4.5 years. That's why when you know being but Lake State is a peaceful state. No, it's not a peaceful state for no commitment. There is a commitment. By a commitment gam. We contribute anything, money, advice, anything that can be. It can be lake to bait and I see organization look on it, team bait by promoting the wrong cut. That's how you're supposed to work, hand by hand. Whether in the government, outside the government, by promoting be by. The king can not kite no me late. I mean, no me where up. Clear kite no me in toy. Toy that I can't do the kumite. I got to a kuma to within. And we're quite compared about that now. Question can I take where me the twine, where me were up, and we're quite one back, put back that now. Go up it. Then what's your call could watch? A call court to house arrest for the last how many years? Now they're not to outside. And we're community, they did not target. Why? Wakakam is keen. And we got one number. I can't work at one number. So, choking a caller, we need a peace to come between us. kujila where up state why we do ban no ke ko to kan ko ja kuma wo mi rap mi where up ni we ko to kan kadam ke man ti bla wa to ka ki man ku no ka kebe a bar sagat so Joseph ana ko ibalo ke je ko non ko to ba ye kulong ba ye pursa
brother Madid Madid
and across South Sudan. These are the people who fought for this country to be independent and across South Sudan. If you go to those places, 15 years later after independence, the citizens were left there with no education, no hospitals, no roads, no food. They are suffering. And the soldiers, the SPLA soldiers, the real one who fought the war, the freedom fighters. If you go to those places, they are suffering. They don't even get their salary. Now, what is happening in Tonj or in Warab is not different than what is happening in Unity State, in Ruweng administration, even in Lakes, and in Jonglei, and across South Sudan, even in Equatoria, the cattle rustling between the farmers and those who came there with their cows. There is a serious communal violence across the country. Personally, I blame it in the leadership of the country. The leaders fail to provide and protect the citizens. This is the task number one of the government, to provide security. This is not a job of the people of Tonj. It is not a job of the people of Lake State at that time to even provide security for themselves. It is a job of central government. In fact, it is the number one reason why you have a government, so that the government protects the citizen. Because if the protection of citizens left to individuals or to states, then the country will not be safe. And honestly speaking, this government will not protect the citizen because it is not their priority. I don't expect, because now as we speak, South Sudan is bleeding everywhere. Everywhere there's death. In Tonj North, what is happening? Let me tell you this story. During the British time, there was one person, I think this guy has killed someone in Upper Nile province. And he thought that he would run away from the authority. He went and hid in Tonj. The colonial administration by then, with their security, with ships, just ships in the area. They followed the guy with all the investigation. And then they found out this particular person left the Nuerland and settled in Tonj. They took the Governor General in Baragazal, in Wow at the time, who went and sent a message to an administrator in Tonj, and then the message went to a chief, a local chief, and the person was arrested. That's how the government used to function during those days. Now, in our country, someone will be killed in Juba, and nobody will know who killed that person or who killed her. You will find 39 people are killed in Tonj, 60-something people. Nobody is responsible. This is a bigger sign that people need to see. You need to look at it from a bigger picture. This is a clear indication that this country is going to collapse. This is how when the country collapses, the country don't collapse like building. Building, you will see it collapsing. But country collapse when the security collapse, economy collapse, and everything collapse one by one. And in the end, will even lead to total disintegration, in which you will find some commanders taking over some areas and declare themselves kings and generals and do whatever they do there. So this is a very dangerous situation in turn. What needs to be done, this Tonj and Warab, for that matter, used to be run by chiefs. Those chiefs in these areas at the time were very, very powerful, paramount chiefs. They used to control their people. Within the Dinka land, there is a clear system on how to manage this kind of things. But all these things now have gone. Have gone because government came, and then the guns are everywhere. Even chiefs themselves are not safe. So if we need to solve what is happening in Tonj, we are not at it as an isolated incident. We need to look at the whole bigger picture. What is it can we do as people of South Sudan? Because the same suffering and bleeding that is happening in Tonj is happening in Equatoria, is happening in Upper Nile, is happening everywhere. So what do we do? What we do, in my view, is to make sure that we go for dialogue as people. Because through the dialogue, we will agree to establish and agree on the nation that we want. And that will lead to an interim government, and it will lead into a constitution, and that constitution will be used as a basis to build institutions.
Through those institutions, through those reforms, will be coupled with justice. Because some people don't always mix when we talk about transitional justice. There is a narrow understanding. They think that transitional justice for them is you take this person, even if you kill the person who committed crime, you have not actually brought justice. In my view, transitional justice is making sure that you have institutions that will guarantee that whatever happens or whatever led to the killing anywhere in the country will not repeat itself. If you manage to do that and you reconcile with people, then the country will move forward. This is the biggest approach we want. And the final point I want to add is that this country called South Sudan, all of us, we are in danger. Nobody's safe. نحن كلنا في مركب واحد. كلام اللي قاعد يقول إيمانويل ده. Nobody is safe. And we are all sinking. And what will help us is to start realizing that whether you are from Tonj or from Warab or from Awil or from Eastern Equatoria or from Jonglei, or we all united. Our fathers, our brothers, our elders united throughout the history, resisting domination and marginalization by successive regime in Khartoum. And they keep doing it again and again through all the way from whatever time in history, all the way to Anyanya 1 and concluded with the 1983, when all of them went to build farm and pick up arm just for us to build peaceful, united, just Sudan. And if we fail to get Sudan, the same vision of New Sudan can be applied in South Sudan. Because what people need is justice. What we need is equality. What we need is prosperity. I'm sure whether you are Latuka, you are Mundari, Walaida Nuer, Walaida Sholo, Walaida Ayi Gabila, you will agree that what you need for South Sudan, you need a South Sudan where there is equality, there is justice, and there is prosperity. Because these are the things that will unite us. And we have ability to do that as people. Our country, we have a lot of resources to do that. We have. But what is lacking is leadership. And honestly, leadership is everything. Now I come to believe that even if you have resources and you have no leadership, you will suffer. Even those who have no resources and they have leadership, they prosper. I was in Kenya. That country has nothing compared to us. Kenya has nothing. The biggest thing they have is agriculture and tourism. Yet, Kenya now is on its way to become a first world country. Just a matter of time. The same thing with Rwanda. But us in South Sudan, we have all these resources. We have fish, we have agriculture, we have oil, we have all the minerals. But we have no leadership. We don't know how to live together as one people and compromise.
We don't know. This is a difficult thing. So, Brother Joseph, I want to conclude by saying what happened in Tonj North is very sad, but let us not look at it on escalation. Let us look at it from a bigger perspective, that this is going to happen across the country. And the sooner we figure it out like that and look at it like that, we'll find the solution and we'll rescue the country. Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me. After this, if there is no question, maybe I will draw myself and let others contribute. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Waledau. What you said all, but you left one thing out. You condemn the government failure to protect the civilian. You're right. The government is responsible to protect civilian. Like in Monjang Zato, how we condemn. Monjang, we condemn. We have to condemn Monjang because there's no justification to Monjang or Monjang enough. Even Liwa Kuma, in protection of the government, because Monjang they used to rule themselves. Monjang, Maya Monjang rule. Which is Jakuma without the president of Akuma. Ukadaka Jero did not Kuwa Monjang. Kalau today I can Monjang condemn, politician, even politician, I will condemn because Kulu already check up. This kind of violence will invite the forceful disarmament to the area. Katit Monjang, we be Monjang knock at all. The danger is still there. Because you are giving the government a reason to take away your gun. Like what happened before. The government can do it again. And even if you complain, well, why and like why that no, because of the violence, which is not going to be good. Don't quite of return. No, forceful disarmament, and if you carry out, and it will be a disaster. Thank you, and thank you anyway. So Monjang have to be condemned too. Honorable Yualarov, welcome.
شكرا جوزيف. أولا أنا بدين بشدة أحداث التي حدث في مجزرة بتاع تونج الشمالية، وأنا بحيي كمان فيه الأخ بدين مجاك ويونه دائما في بلده في مشاكل اللي بيواجه مواطنين في دولة جنوب السودان، وكلكم انتوا أبنائنا الموجودين في الخارج. أنا بقدركم وقدر مجهوداتكم في مشاكل اللي تواجه المواطنين بتاعنا. بالحقيقة مشكلة بتاعتون هو وراب في بحر الغزال الكبرى، ده مشكلة حقيقية، ومشكلة ده عنده جذور، وجذور المشكلة لما كنا في مفوضية في النزاعات الحدودية، رئيس الجمهورية كان كون لجنة برئاسة بتاع مستشار في زمن ده كان عبد الباقي سلطان عبد الباقي. عملنا مؤتمرات زي 3 ولا 4 مؤتمرات في تونج. ده كلام ده في 2007 2008 2009 لحد 2010، يعني مؤتمرات تقام طوال في تونج. مشاكل اللي كان بتدار أو بتناقش ده كان بتاعت نهب بتاعت أبقار والنزاعات في حدود بتاع فيامات أو مناطق، وكنا بنخط قوانين وبنحكم ناس بالذات الكام حرامية بتاع البقر، والسرقة كانت تطورت بين ولايات المجاورة مع أولاد مع وراب يعني كان في تبادل بتاع الأبقار ممكن أرامية بتاع الأبقار في ولاية الوحدة بيجوا بأبقار من ولاية الوحدة وديل بسرقوا أبقار في ولاية واراب وبتلاقوا هناك في توج وبتبادلوا ديل بيجيبوا أبقار بتاع ولاية الوحدة لولاية واراب وديل بيشيلوا أبقار بتاع واراب لولاية الوحدة وكلام ده ياو حصل حتى في اتجاه بتاع أول ساوث ظهرت فيه وكذلك في غرب بحر الغزال ومناطق بتاعت ليج ستيت ويجيس شعبات هم مجاورين مع توي وده كان يعني مشكلة كبير جدا. الخلل السرقة بتاعت أبقار في أول ما كتير وجبنا فكرة ذاته وطبق دايرين عشان يطبقوه في ولاية ديل ما في بقر في أول بمشي بدون دوكمنت. أنت لو اشتريت بقر أنت لازم تكون ماسك إيصال من الجهات الحكومية أو في الدلال نفسه بعدك تسوق بقر بتاعك وممكن يثبتوك في أي محل يسألوك بتاع بقر ده داير توديه وين. أنت بتطلع ورقة بتاعك إنه البقر ده أنا اشتريته وياهو إيصال بتاعي وأنا اشتريت من فلان. أنت بعدك بخلوك تمشي ببقر. ده كان خطينه للحلول بتاع المشاكل بتاع سرقة الأبقار ومعظم الناس طبعا في التوج هناك ياهو مال بيحدث فيه حاجات كله مع الأبقار ده. نمرة 2 برضه كان مشكلة بتاعت حدود وزمن خواجة عمل إدارات الأهلية تأسيس بتاع الإدارات الأهلية ود هينجي بين ونفس البنك لحد هسي أكيد كيلو واجي يا ورادل يجيرتي وهكذا. لكن في الفترات الأخيرة من كيا ويك إدارات الأهلية بقى ضعيف والسبب ده تقسيم. يعني أنت في بومة لازم يكون في سلطان والسلطان ده ما عنده قدرة ما قوي ده ضعف. إدارات العالية حتى كشبيت يكون في سلطان وفي قانون بتاع اللوكال جوفرمنت على الأقل لازم عددية سلطان بيديروا ده عددية مقدرة يعني 3000 وحاجة. كون عندك عمد عندك مشايخ وتنظيم يعني بتاع الإدارة العالية المعروف ده بيعمل كنترول واي سلطان بيعرف منو حرامي ومنو ياو سهارة ومنو ياو كسلان ومنو المعلومات ده كله توفر الصفات ده كله بتوفر في سلاطين يعني. فده واحد من المشاكل كمان اللي لقيناه. كل منطقة مع منطقة عنده حدود وبال ما حكومة يجي يعمل فيامات وحكومات يعني سلاطين كل سلطان عنده علامة في الحدود بتاعه مع منطقة تاني وحدود بيحترموه. لو انت قمت من منطقة ده جيت سكنت مع ناس زي لسه الضرائب بتاعك بتشيلهم تودوا لمنطقة بتاعك ده معروف. لكن ده واحد من حاجات اللي وده خلى المشاكل في الدول. لما نجي في كلام بتاع السياسة أنا بشوف وأنا قلت الكلام ده قبل كده إنه واراب ده اسم بتاع واراب ده براه مشكلة. شعار بتاع واراب ده ذاته مشكلة. أنا اخترعت قلت يا جماعة واراب ده إذا شمال بحر غزال وفي غير باركزات ما وارب ده كله يعملوا شركة باركزات عشان نفادي السم بتاع وارب ده ممكن بوحده بعد ذاك اسمه يشوفوا وكتوين وشعار بتاع بقر ده ذاته يغيره يجيبوا شعار تاني يعني لو بتلاحظ اي ولايه الشعار بتاع ورون بتاع بقر مشاكل ولايه ده ومشاكل ده كله ببدا بافكار الكلام ده كان انا اخترعته شوفوا بعد تقسيم ولايات و 32 ولايه كان في هدوء لكن لما تم الغاء بتاع 32 ولايه ودمجوا مشاكل بتاع تونج معناه ده قام يعني لو لاحظت في حكومات بتاع الولايات كله وعرب ده تم تغيير فيه كم اكثر من 7 ولا 8 ولايات الثانيين بيكون 3 وكم 4 وكم بعد اندماج بتاع 32 ولايه لكن ولاد وعرب 8 بنام معناه ورا هذا ده كله في السياسه اي زول بودو عرب كحاكم مجموعه القاعد ده وحكومه شكله وقوم بدور المواطنين عشان يقتل بعضهم على اساس انه يطردوا الحاكم الموجود يعني حاكم واحد نجح في وراب انا ما شفته كان الرليو كان ماشي كويس لكن ما قاعد كتير ده يجرى لتماتم أتم يعني نجح في وراب لكن نجاح بتاع التم عدبهم وعمل كنترول للولايه لكن في النهايه الناس ما دايرينه فانا لو راي وعرب ده داير حاكم يتم عشان يطبق فيهم قانون اي زول قتل زول يقتلوه زول سرق بقر يقتلوه ويجيب ابقار ده بس ده يا حل عشان الفوضى تجيب ما ممكن كل مره يموت فيه ناس وده كلام بقر مرات يقولوا بيت شالوه مرات يقولوا منطقة بتاعنا كان ياهو ده كله ده مشاكل ده ياهو لازم يفتح عينه ويشوف طريقة بتاعت حل بتاع مشكلة بتاع وراب ده كلام بتاع الوالدة ياهو يتكلم مفاد كلام ده ما عنده علاقة بمؤتمر بتاع الدين كله أو الدستور بتاع الدولة هنا قاعدين نناقش هنا في إطار بتاع الوراب ولو في سياسيين ورا أحداث بتاع وراب على أساس إنه يحقق مطالبهم ده ما بيحصل وحكومة يراقب ويبحث إذا وجد أي سياسي متورط في تلك الأحداث لازم يتحكم ما عنده علاقة بأي ناس في السجون ولا ناس يتمردوا ولا ناس دي قاعدين في جوبا هنا كلهم قاعدين في جوبا هنا لازم يعملوا عبادة لكن الأمن أي زمنية هيعمل شغل بتاعه وتقرير هيطلع لو في زول مضروب ومناطق في المناطق ده وهي هيتكلم لما يتم تحقيق لكن وعرب ده حاكم عسكري وقوي ما حكم عيال في ظهره ولا انه مشاكل شنو بس انه ورا مواطنين ده وانه في اي محل وعرب يطبق القانون هم ده فرصه لحراميه بتاعت بنتيو يجوا كمان يساهموا ويقتلوا الناس وينهبوا بقر شغالوا ذاته بقر يعني وين فايدة سي عشان تمشي تجيب ناس من ولاية تاني يجي يقتل ناس بيقول لهم شيلوا بقر ده حاجة يعني مصر جدا فأنا بجيب هنا عشان الناس كتار في روم كمان بتاعي فات أنا بستمع لحد ما بعدين نموم وأنا بشكركم
Shukran, Honorable Joel Arab. Yeah, you're right. Line Tawila. Thank you so much. It's very bad. Then quite people from the state, Kimshamal invite us from another community. We occupy. It's not good. It's bad. Wall attack. Welcome. Wall attack.
Ben Joseph Kudwa.
Your voice clear.
I would bear with you. I will ask you to bear with me because I'm going to address this matter in forms of different layers of the crisis, and I would actually ask for your patience. I thank you, Ustaz Madid and Joseph.
As I'm listening, go ahead. Yeah.
Honorable Newell and Ustaz Adiang Peter and Honorable Kunjuk and all the audience. The issue of Warab has come under the layers of different vulnerabilities within the state. The first one is intercommunal violence that's fitting the Nuer in the Unity States and Jiang in this side of Warab state. And it has existed since I was a child. The communities, they do raid each other's. In those days, they never had guns. They were using sticks and spears and the rudimentary weapons that they used to fight and kill themselves. But casualties are not as it is today during this time of the reign of guns. When I was in parliament, one of the things that I faced was that conflict. It existed before and it continued to exist. One of the motions that actually presented at the time was the concern the people have raised, and I did develop policy document and submitted to the party as to be adopted as a security mechanism to address the matter based on my study as an area member of parliament at the time. It never saw the light of the day. One of the things that we have been experiencing since the reign of His Excellency President Salva Kiir from 2005, the people in the Unity States would raid the cattle camps in part of Tonj North, Tonj East, and carry out the cattle. And however, when the people of Tonj North particularly raid back, they are hunted and cattle collected and returned to Unity States. And this has come up as a frustration to the people of Tonj North, and they brought that to my attention when I was the member of parliament. And I raised the same matter to both the party and to the leadership, and in the parliament, I rose a motion about it. However, there had been a very, very ugly outcome that came out as a result. After people of Tonj had been raided 4 times, they decided to raid Unity State and got the cattle. The orders that came from Juba that cattle must be collected and returned. And the people in Tonj were saying, we've been raided 4 times and the cattle have been taken. How about you, the government, go and collect our cattle that we are responding to? We will collect ours here and then we will exchange them at the border, if that is the rules that has come to place. The civilians were given impression that it's going to happen, but it never happened. The cattle were collected, and that's when you had there was confrontation. What happened was so ugly that I was so devastated. The government sent huge forces into Aliyapayam, and they collected cattle They arrested a Buma demonstrator, and there was clashes between the forces. One civilian was injured and was brought and admitted in the clinic in Warab town, Lipayam. What happened that time, that person the wounded civilian was dragged out and his hand tied together with the Buma demonstrator. And he was shot dead. The name of the person shot was Cholgeng. And the Buma demonstrator, Imatianji, he happened to be my cousin. Buma demonstrator was released later on and traumatized tremendously. And the cattle were to be taken because that's the sign. But you will never see such thing has ever been done in any side of the world. And I don't recommend that it should be done to any citizen of South Sudan. But it suggests the government in Juba is trying the best it could to maintain friendships with the people. If you may remember, we wrote a letter, the intellectuals of Greater Tonj worldwide, of which my name was there. We signed a document when the cattle were raided and people killed in Tonj North. And we asked His Excellency President Salva Kiir Mayar and also challenge the UN UNMISS on the ground that you say you are protecting civilians here, this is what is happening. And our argument was that the governor of Unity State or the government of Unity State does tell the world that these are the militias. But the militias that we know they are there were those under Joseph Mointouin, the governor of the state at the time, and they are affiliated to the government. Yet, there is a claim that they are not able to control them. And this speaks to internal political will being absent to address the issues or within the internal politics of Warab state to be a display. And this is directed to the people of Tonj North. And that's how the people of Tonj North understand it. There is a bias against this community. They have been disarmed several times and other communities have not. And the result has always been devastating. A lot of people were killed. And when I raised a motion, the committee was formed, another committee was formed to sabotage it, and another committee until today, nothing has been made. Let me move without dwelling further on this because it's very complex, a lot of time, so time is not there. There is the question of intra-communal violence, which is fitting communities within communities in Tonj area. These appear to be common among other parts, but seem to be recently intensifying in Tonj area. Partly because there has been lack of accountability to the members of organized forces and people within the government. And this is a vulnerability I want to talk about that has been exploited. These people, when they go there, they see everybody is smuggling guns and ammunition. And beside the market being available to the market for ammunition and guns, the guns are collected, ammunition taken, but they are sold back to the communities. And where there's tension between X and Y communities, those members of organized forces within Juba, they will smuggle guns and ammunition to their communities, and they will get praise as being their true son, having gone to school and is able to protect them. And they will buy it, and they continue giving guns to the people. Whereas inside the government, no one is bringing to any of this to accountability, though the government knows, or the government knows who is taking guns from where, from which store, and when has it been delivered. But they're keeping quiet because probably, for one thing, is doing what the government is thinking is doing, destabilize Tonj, using the strength, and keep Tonj completely destabilized for a political reason. There's no time to go into these details, but I would love to if there would be time. So it has continued to be that way. and badly affecting our people. Let me move quickly to the idea of absence of political will to address the problem in South Sudan, which Honorable Lualdao has touched a moment ago. There is a statement made by His Excellency President Salva Kiir Mayardit a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, that he is not going to bother himself to try to reconcile or to enforce the rule of law in part of the country, or especially in the up country, where the civilians are killing themselves. What he's going to do is actually use the small arms he has and the equipment to protect himself. And the defeated would run to town. And when he come to Juba, or they come to Juba, then shall he protect them. This is a policy of the government that has been stated. And we are not surprised, or should not be surprised, as why the insecurity has tripled within the 4 corridors of South Sudan. It's the will to stabilize the people, and that's what happened when you want to divide and rule the people. If the people have enough problem of their own, their security threatened and unable to look anywhere but protect themselves, because human being, when he's put in under threat, the first priority become their individual survival, and the rest will come later after it. That has been a policy of the government of the Republic of South Sudan, and President Salva Kiir was unable to keep it a secret. Is communicated openly, and that's why you see, you go even to Western Equatoria, place that has been very peaceful, that now have been fighting, and all over. It's the policy of the government, and they're enforcing it by allowing individuals among the stores to sneak out guns and ammunition and give them to civilians. Because places like Tonj, for example, is within the central part of the country. They have no border with any country, as to say they can get the smuggled guns in. Their neighbors are very hostile. They're not visiting each other, so to say that they have a trait. So where do the gun come from? Because the people of Tonj do not have that machinery to manufacture ammunition and guns. The high probability is there is a source within the country, and that source is within the store of the organized armed forces of the country. The names are known. The roles individuals have played are known. You're echoing, Ustaz Madid. Did you want to ask something?
Yes, can you guys hear me? Okay, yeah, because I have too many, because we are live on YouTube and Facebook. Before I cut you proceed ahead, as the son of the area of Tonj, my question to you is, what are you guys are doing to restore peace in the area?
Thank you, Madid, for the question. I was going to come to the challenge after I finish the last part of the apathy to ensure that there's rule of law in the country from the government.
Because what I'm looking for, Honorable Wal, what I'm looking for, I was listening to you, and also I listened to Honorable Lualdao, but you guys are doing that. We are talking, you are politicized this, but the problem is happening in Tonj. We need a solution for these issues. You know, I'm seeing you guys are blaming them, but we need a solution. And I want to ask you and the rest of the son of the Tonj, what you guys can do to stop this killing in the area, because Pinker Point cannot solve the issues in the area. Blaming game cannot solve any problem, but we need to see you, son of the area, to come up with something to stop the bleeding. Because seeing the deadly violence happen in Tonj or in Warap, I never seen any son of Tonj in the diaspora or back home to come up with a meeting, a better meeting that is to see that you guys are doing something to restore a peace in the area. But what I'm hearing to you guys as opposition, you are finger point, but this is not enough. We need to see the opposition from the son and daughter of Tonj North and the son of daughter of Tonj North in the government and then and civilian to come together to stop the bleeding. Okay. So when I'm listening to Waldau and I'm listening to you right now, so you are just going to what happening when you were in the government. Okay. But the current moment, that's what we are in. Because we have seen a lot of people are dying. Okay, in Tonj North. Even the young, like the mother, there was 2 incidents that break my heart. One incident where I see one of the mother sit down with 2 kids and the father lay down dead. Somebody shot in the head. And second incident is what happened last month when the 5-day-old baby was shot in the head. His mother and father were killed. Okay? These are the things that put a tear in my eye, Honorable Waldau. I don't know if that put tear in your eye. Okay? So this blaming game have to stop. You guys need to come to the solution. Okay? Solution that can stop the bleeding, the killing, the violence. Okay? I understand the weapon are at the hand of everybody in South Sudan. Okay, but how you guys can stop this killing in Tonj? This is my call. This is my call for the government. This is my call for the opposition. This is my call for the son and daughter of Tonj. This is my call for the son and daughter of Warab State. That's what our focus should be on. Okay. So this need to be enough. These 63 people that who died 2 days ago should be the last killing in Tonj. I thought that you guys should come out to talk about the solution, because what I'm hearing to you guys is about the root cause. Okay. So that thing need to stop. You guys need to do something, whether in the public or private. You son and daughter of Tonj in the diaspora back home need to do something for it. This is what this show is about, Honorable Dow. Okay. So there's a time people can talk politics, but this time is not a talk about politics. It is a time what is happening in Tonj need to be addressed. Okay. We have to use son of Tonj and daughter of Tonj. You know exactly who are involved in this crime happening, this human right violation happening in Tonj. If you guys know individual who are responsible, who are fueling this violence in Tonj, you guys have to call them out. Even though it is your father, even though it is your uncle, even though your brother, you have to call them out. Because innocent civilians are dying. One word up. Innocent civilians are dying. If you can see those 5-month-old baby shot in the head, when I see that picture, I have not slept for a week. And I am not a son of that area. How do you feel, Honorable Attack? How do you feel, you, Muduranya? This is where you guys come from. It is a community. Community do something. You community in diaspora, you have to come out to do something. This is the call. Enough is enough. Many people lost their life. Okay. So this is the focus. This is a message that I'm sending to you, son of area. And a message with Balagwe. Antibotan babajam siasa. Antibotan babajam siasa. And she bought them blaming you guys. But and about 10, but what all could lag with that road by and one. I will me buy how I me tackle with all. Akuma actually band the band. Akuma it will not actually work on. Actually quite by condicate quite Akuma Baraka you get to work in. Big civilian big cat. They do not get. Kachina Kuma the quite to the pay. I will be going to bake to talk my when you pull it by. Who I need to won't be way by a cup. I want it back jam. I want it by jam quite one. When you were going to take me by, you could talk to Tina Canet. Tell me the twine that to talk to a canet, killing on me. Capet. The quite calabac letter. Like a child, but quite a aka quite mosul, no quite quack, motor in quack. Quite a net, a mammy net, a ball quad each. Tak aka mo prove back with the damn thing with what who can actually see other bend them with jam siesta. Today I'm not talking about siesta. Plurot a bleeding or along toy nose every day, quarto, time or cold, and a creepy blue stop. Be locally. Going up Kuruka cause. One young I pay the money pay, you got to pay quite to pay. The king pay you, Lorette, can I too much? No, quite went to Kuma to Chukan when you come me the bike, I know back at your loud. And won't yet. Example, can one to level at a level one. Can Lake State, how many years keep his Lake State you could not? The one keys, snap is snap his leg at Bank of Pachokuma, Salbakir, the Lake State and a road min peer, Grandma beer, peer. Akinokuma, Salbakir, Mayadi ban, P Lake State door bay. I want me to buy our watching you ping, you buy to ping, long by, long cow kumai. Long I watch bank okay, can enough. The Umbra Loy, Governor, I take a bag, Governor, I take a bag, what Rabbit said. How many governors take a bag where Rabbit said? What you need security, a key resolve. How many curfew a heat tower? The state of emergency heat tower up, I can kill a loy. One to bleed in Chai called long pan leg said. I won't be leg, I watch me pay. I won't be leg state for bait. I long ahead. One is leg state for Kuma, one is leg top and one young you can enough while you paying quite while you go, I can't couldn't be tea. Long and win to a town, sugar canny. He's in bang go I cheek ranatual, ring train my board to quite. We ain't into you to give blessing. Power banatu yagi. Long and win it, Jamai and lobby because I knock a going. Ganum ki yegi can talk out Ganum jam care. Couldn't you alloy? Leg said it when you be cool. Kati low to the quite camp can I am a chocolate when I keep it water. My call when me point. But I thought you guys need to do something. Why you bang paying by big day, damn camera? Don't care me to want you to tell candy. I don't care. Be killing because so continue my message now.
Okay, thank you, Madid. I think your point, I read it from the beginning. There's only that when you don't give the people a genesis on the reality of what is going on at the moment, the chances that people will not get understanding and solution may not come. Given that I do agree with your call, I would also like to bring to your attention and your audience that the people of Tonj have been trying, both in the field and organizational level. If you may recall having mentioned that the people of Greater Tonj did worldwide, did write a letter to the President of the Republic, highlighting the issues that are affecting the community. And they're also doing this individually and as a group.
There has been issues that have been going on that people have not been coming in public about it. Meetings are being called off in Juba, and sometimes security is sent into the meetings, and they said, you're not going to have the meeting. It has happened several times to the people of Tonj, and there's intimidations that's going around within the security apparatus in Juba, and they are acting under the orders from someone they call orders from above. And that's why I was saying there's a deliberate intention to keep the people of Tonj in the status they are in today, due to internal political dimension within Warab states. I don't want to go into details on the public platform such as this as to create further division, but that is the reality of the day. And having said that, the purpose of a government in any country in the world, first is to protect its citizens. Second is to protect their resources and to protect the territorial integrity of this country they represent. As a citizen, we have our responsibilities individually and also as organizations like Edmund has put out today from the video audio that you played, to support the government to ensure the rule of law is reigning in the country. It gets so difficult sometimes when the very person that you want to support to help bring the rule of law in the country and fulfill its objective is the one that calling off the meetings of the people trying to do this under the guise that maybe they're going to discuss politics or something or whatever the reason. I can't go into their mind and say it. But that's what is happening in Tonj. We are not giving up. We will try the best we could. And I think the time where people of Tonj will say enough is enough is near. And address this matter collectively. Having said that, I want to categorically say the crisis in the country, in Tonj area, got nothing to do with General Akol Korkuch. He's innocent as he is in the detention, and about what is happening currently after he has been detained. It is the forces within Juba who have so much power, and some of them are actually sons of Tonj that accept to be the one used as the strength being pulled to keep the people of Tonj in the state where they are. And yes, we are going to call them out. And soon and very soon, we are going to shame them publicly. Shukran, I will stop here.
Thank you so much, Wegatak. We will move the line.
Ama dut no wari anje wala ta you can
well attack guy.
Waga attack chat can all the time, so don't blame them.
Yeah, always Field Marshal. Thank you, Wala Attack. I will go straight, move the line to General Matoldit. As Madid said, Jamal, let's talk, let's focus to make it like a community issue to try to come with solution. Politics. We don't want to put our own agenda in. Matoldit, welcome.
Thank you, Joseph. First of all, I would like to say hello to everyone who is here, both the panelists and those in the audience section. Now you might have to listen to, maybe you should listen to the Khalifa of Tonjit. I'm not self-proclaimed, but that's the name given to me by others, Khalifa of Tonjit. All right. Let me tell you this. What Wall is saying is actually true. All right. There's something happening amongst the politicians, and there's no one else we should blame apart from the government. All right. I will start with that one before entering details of what had happened and what hasn't, and who are behind all this. To top up what Wall stated earlier, and before Bakangri continue and Chola, Joseph and Madid, I'm glad that it is only the two of you who are running this room. Because among some other individual who comes with conflict of interest and
they bring personal issues into the platform such as this. But this is a very wonderful platform, and we should be allowed to discuss it in good faith rather than ruining it. Now, to start by topping up what Wall has stated regarding how Kir Mayar is actually dividing the people of Tonj. And you don't have to be told, it has been practiced for quite some time. Yeah, Madit and the rest who are here. Last time when Nyala Deng Nyal was the Minister for Foreign Affairs, and when he got fired, he was actually replaced with Aoun Deng Achwil. From where? From Tonj, right? Isn't that dividing and conquer? A1. Number two, when Akolokur got demoted, who replaced him? Akenyatonga Aleu. Akolokur from Tonj North, Akenyatonga Aleu from Tonj South. What do you term that? And beside Akenyatonga Aleu became hard on Akolokur, and you have seen what happened to Akolokur. We all don't know how Akolokur got demoted and why was he placed under house arrest and how come he got attacked at his house. We don't know the information, the reasons behind all that. And who is behind all this Kalam Farik? Salva Kiir. All right? Now, within even Warab state, which has happened all this long, you have seen probably 75% or 80% of those who led Warab state as the governors, they always hail from Tonj. And there has been gossiping. Yani Luo Mukoiroda Lom, Ngeg is supplying his community with weapons and ammunition, and Ngeg is favoring his community and all that, and Kir listened to all this nonsense, and he will end up relieving someone and replacing him with another person from Tonj. And that person happens to the person Zato who has been after that person on top. And then the next thing, couple of months later on, this individual is actually relieved and replaced with another son of Tonj. Okay? Furthering all the conflicts happening there. And changing leadership, like, I'm not going to resort to using negative word, but you know what you change every time and every now and then when you go to shower. And that's what Kir has done there. Before this person can implement anything, he's already out of the door. The next, the incoming leader will come and try to do something, and then he's out of the door, leaving the conflict to continue. Who should we blame for all that practice? Salva Kiir, of course. All right? Yani, you see this Department of National Security Internal Bureau, Akolokor has been there all this long, got relief, Akenyatong being brought in, the next thing Akenyatong out within a couple of months, and then they brought in Change Mayor, and then a couple of months later on, they brought in Mawien Arik from Tonj North as well. The next thing, Mawien Arik is gone, and they brought in Akenyatong Aleu, Tonj South. So is that department for the people of Tonj? And the same thing, the problem emanates from that department. Okay? If it is the Department for National Security and Internal Bureau, it has to be dominated by sons of Tonj. And then the problems continues in Tonj. What do you think about that? It is Kir Mayar who is pitting Tonj against each other. And he will handpick those who will fuel up the conflict. Now, it has been claimed that Akolokor Kuch has silenced sons of Tonj or the generals of Tonj who are even Agdemin Minu. Through military ranking, he has silenced them for quite some time. And this is what is affecting him right now while they are keeping him in there. These individuals are actually taking revenge. And they are telling Kir Mayar, do not release a Kolokur. Let him be in there. Let him suffer. I spoke with a few individuals, including my own uncle, Alena Yeng. My own uncle, Alena Yeng, Alewa Duat. Last year. And I said, what is going on about a Kolokur? He said, let a Kolokur enjoy what he has done to others. If someone begin to kill those who he has tied their hands behind, then this is what he get. It is a karma. And now he's there as the Minister of Interior Affairs. But when Akolokor was there, he wasn't Minister for Interior Affairs. Now, do you understand the power struggle within Tonj? Yan Madudanyar, someone who doesn't give any crap about whatever anyone would think about it. I'm not scared of dying or living or whatever. I am me. And thank God this one is being recorded. He's live on Facebook and he's live on YouTube. Alena Yang will hear this. Kunabijai, it is my conversation with him. They went well. They went what it. All right. They have issues, and you have all seen how Akenyatonga Leu spoke ill against Akolokor when he came up. But he didn't know he was a puppet. He got used against Akolokor, and then 3 months later on, he was omitted. Kulerir ping, Kurane Chukwanye Chogir was Gorgori, and the Tunu Kirmayar, Kugorgori Chibenyai, Kule Tauke and the Secretary, Minister of Defense. And then probably a year later on, they brought in, some month later on, nearly a year, they brought in Kenyatonga Aliu K and the Secretary within Ministry of Defense. Kunyai Kutiuten, swapping these same idiots who don't know what to do, but to cause chaos, to divert the intention from what is best for the country, but then the people of Tonj have to concentrate on killing each other. And that means Kir Mayar will cement his tight grip onto the power. Because the challenges to turn within Warab, in terms of leadership, they have what it takes. In terms of population-wise, Gogrial, the 2 counties of Gogrial, plus Twin Mayadit, Kumat Kaijiban, Tonj will still be larger than them, population-wise and land-wise. Historically, you cannot say anything about Gogrial, but you will say a lot of things about Tonj. In terms of leadership, you will say, oh, William Degnial is there. Oh, Dola Achwil was a vice president or deputy chair of a high executive council, Zaman James Tumbra. You can say, oh, Kongura Arop was vice president. You can say, flan. You can talk about Ethiopia, Madhwapare. You will not say any history about Gogrial whatsoever. Or even Barzaltan, no comparison to any community in Tonj. And this is why you see they are being pressed down. At the end, but it is the truth, plain truth. Actually, but we corrected, but then tell in Jamito.
Shut up.
Uncle Adiang, you will respond to him.
At the end, you don't appreciate this kind of business. I know. I understand.
I don't appreciate. Don't talk about us. We're talking about this topic.
But let me tell you this. Population-wise, if you combine Gogrial and Twij Mayadit together, will you be same population as Tonj? If we talk.
But told it now
nowadays
you're out of the.
Okay.
I'm
not going to be out of the topic, but I explained that earlier. So the reason why this and that.
Let me say this because Madid explain what he want. What is the purpose of this room?
Madid explained what he wanted, but let me tell you this. I explained the reason why all these are happening within Tonj, why they are being pressed down, why they are being made to fight each other, why they are being pitted against each other politically within Juba 10. Okay, a son of Tonj being relieved from this position will be replaced with another son of Tonj. and then these two individuals will be pitted, and things will get spilled on the ground in Tonj. Koloko, I don't know Tonj.
Yeah.
Which part of it is out of the track?
That's why but it said this say, okay, instead of keeping blaming the government, blaming the way they remove and appoint the people, what
now
is the
we're gonna go. We're gonna go. We're
let
gonna
him
go.
explain. No, I'll give it to you. So Madid said, what is your role as Yalbidan Tony? What is your role? And he mentioned, I give you example of what happened in Lake State. So what happened in Lake State is connected even with what is happening in Juba. But Yalbidan Lake State themselves, they solve their own problem. They come together, son of daughter of Lake State, and they solve the problem. And instead of blaming the government, they did not wait to blame the government, self-care. No, they step in and they solve the problem. So he's asking you guys in Asbidan, Tony, what is your role? But you guys are not explaining the role. Instead of just saying self-care did.
Now, before I can go to explain what had occurred in Tonj North recently, this is one thing I will answer you here. The thing is here. One thing you should understand, Joseph Duke Madid, and so is anyone else here, and other people putting thumbs up here to you, Joseph. We are not going to act with conflict of interest whereby we'll say Salva Kiir Mayar. I know the likes of Tonanyuak or Sudani, these are the people who don't want Salva Kiir to be blamed for his negative deed or wrongdoing. All right? You got to get that properly. And so are other Junubin here, they understand that the room would be run by individuals who don't agree with Salva Kiir being blamed for his negative deeds or wrongdoing or failure.
Okay. Matolid? Matolid? Madut. You know, Kolo Kutan. Timmy Wintan well that Matolid. Chimney Yin, Kuala, Warwani, Kuami. You know, we by you don't you in the alternate Matolid. Because, you know, one of the social media. Okay. We yin nom dun kan message nongi kakaban ban mapalke ko wi balo in Matolid is a media campaign. Okay. A media campaign balo to be star balo to one kind of example in Lake State. We, the son of Lake State, we came out and said doing a media campaign, not negatively, positive way. How we talk about the language that can bring peace in Lake State. That's where we come up with the chokehold fixing Lake State. And we call all the son and daughter across the world. Whenever they love what we are doing, they come to contribute. So, had the son of of Tonj, I want you, Matoli, to use your power in social media to pass your message across positively. Okay? Let us not dwell on all of those. So this is what we are doing here. Matoli kuyi ko bulo tan e go bi mashagulo ron long toy bilo helo. Bu ting ki mam bel diaw bin man ko won bi ka ben nok. The bu ba ting bin about 63 other human life that take away. Kimin ya bu point ya kulo o ko kira no ko jalla aji beto. Kimin tun kira lo man revenge killing. Those people who their loved one has been killed, 3 people, they will say that, okay, we are going to revenge. Because can won't kill enough because of war. And then the recycling violence will go on and on and on. And the same exactly happened in that state, Matolti, and you know this very well. So what I want you as a son of Toy, you have to come out to the way that how you can fresh call out to all the son and daughter of Tonj, wherever they are. Okay? Do something. Even your media can do something. Okay? Fresh. We understand. I know what you are saying. Yes, if there is some people who are the son of Tonj in the government and are involved in this, what happening, yes, we can blame Prince Salva Kiir. Yes, I agree with you. We can blame Prince Salva Kiir for remove people and replace the same son of Tonj. If that is the root cause of the problem, what happened in Tonj, yes, of course, we have to condemn that. Okay? And how we can do that, we have to do it in a positive manner, how your message can be go across. Sell your message to the people, to the government, on the ground. The son and daughter in diaspora, you have to come together to form something, to say something. That's what can solve all these problems. Okay? Blaming game, yes, we are seeing it, and that's what's been going along for the last few years. Yes, so enough is enough. How can we solve it? That's why we are here today. Okay, we are using our social media to put across, so that these individuals, if you guys know, because I'm the son of the area, and you know these individuals, so you guys need to shame them publicly. Okay, so that the bleeding have to stop, killing, violence need to stop. So and if we can, I should call you be careful. I should care no ten.
You have to start. Madid, you have to start with one thing. Tell Sudani to control his hands.
No.
And so that I can concentrate on what we are discussing.
Stop. Okay, Pegrian, work out our room it and today time today we are crying to the people of Tonj. If you have any problem with anybody here in this room, so you need to put your problem aside. This is not what we are talking about here. Can I your personal issues in Lokutan? Okay. Can I declare I travel long to in Yamoxin? Palaka banana when man leave aside, please.
Matoldit is very sensitive to emoji when people put thumb up, thumb down, thumb this.
He came here for me. He did not come for the topic.
Magibel, you comment about thumb up, thumb down. So people, we cannot control them. They can put the thumb up, thumb down. So I can't blame or control. Don't do that. Don't put thumb up, don't put thumb down. So even the comment section, if somebody abusing you, yes, we will remove the comment. But if somebody put his own opinion about you, that's how the clubhouse works. Go ahead.
I think you got the right book. Then you go read them, I think.
What attack? What then attack? Imagine if someone can come and say Madu doesn't have any influence to make changes. He only focuses extraneous issues, which isn't helping him. Kuben Balwell is a wrong person to be asked, Brother Madid. Sudani, let me tell you this, and I have to explain myself to you. I'm very influential in Tonj, and you ask what attack. Why does what then attack respect me when he was an MP representing Tonj?
I haven't opened my mouth. You're the one that brought my name.
You didn't open your mouth, but I said keep your fingers to yourself and let us focus. Let me focus.
Okay. Let me say this. I remove Madud down to Sudani. So this is not it. Yeah, Jama. No, Madud in Jibabe Benyal. Sudani, you guys need to sit down there and because Madud, I thought that you'd be bigger than this because now that I want to hear you so Mukruma in the north. Can ye in around no pain, Kiyo. I don't want you, no matter when she got a lot or look at it, can let it go. Do not respond. Okay? You know, couldn't you, no quite why I know it's you in a deal. So I know when she got a lot, don't talk back there. When in my message, you balagi. Okay? Can fight in club out, this is not the time for it, Yajama. This is not the time for it. Time when ki quite go. Who you moved in it to quite when you talk, I jump at him. When we better open the work, like a pulpit, when the club out like a baby. So I don't want Kuram Joseph, majority without Sudan talking up into doing a being. So let's go back to the topic.
Thank you. Uncle Adiang, welcome. No, according to my line showing Adiang.
Oh, Kunayan.
those of
let me refresh my screen.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Taya before I actually refresh. Taya, go ahead.
As long as those of you who are watching from Facebook, join me over Clubhouse. I will end up the studio.
No,
So
even,
you guys,
even before you, there's Moses ahead of you.
You guys can join us in Clubhouse.
Moses, right?
That's why I say, guys, we should follow the line because we all have.
Yes. Okay. Taya, give her. Kale Moses Mshikidama, and then you come next. Moses, go ahead.
Thank you, South Sudan Eagle Media. It's weekdays, Thursday. We are all busy, but the lives of human beings are more important than money or than anything that we are doing. First of all, I would like to thank Medit, Ustaz Medit, and Joseph, all the